My name is Sarah, and welcome to my channel. I live in France, and one of my favorite things to do is travel the countryside and villages looking for antique fairs and vintage flea markets. There are so many treasures to be found and such bargains to be had. I also make home decor and do DIY flips from the things that I find. I am so excited to take you along for the ride, so if you love going on a great French vintage adventure, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and ring the bell. As they say in French, c'est parti! So let's go! Today we'll be visiting my local flea market on the outskirts of Lyon, where I live. It's called Puces du Canal, and puce is flea in French. It's open on Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and Sunday is definitely the best day to go. The market's divided into two sections. One covered part with fixed boutiques, where the owners style their items and make everything look really beautiful. The other is the open part, where vendors open their car boots and put their stuff out on tables or on the floor. It's more rough and tumble, but that's normally where the bargains are to be had. I'll take you through and show you the things that I look out for. My favorites are vintage kitchenware, decoration, and linens, and pretty much anything that's funky that catches my attention. This is the first stand out of the parking lot, and you never know what you're going to find. The first thing that I see is this pretty landscape oil painting. I'm always on the lookout for small paintings, and this one is really nice. It's a winter scene with pretty muted colors. I asked the vendor and it was 40 euros, which is a bit steep, so this one will be staying there. In the back I see some more gorgeous ones, floral still lifes with the artist's card on the back. These landscape ones are stunning. So this table is full of knickknacks, all sorts of things. I love these copper bells. The more aged, the better. Oh, and that one's missing its clapper, it looks like. I also really love earthenware and ironstone kitchen crocks and pots. This one looks good. It has drainage holes on the bottom. This marble column is so interesting. It's pretty heavy too. So here's a tip for when you're at the flea market. Remember to open boxes. You can find some hidden treasures in there. You never know what you're going to find. There's some really pretty lace tucked into the bowl next to it. Another box. These are weights, but some of them are missing. I love this gilded frame. I look out for those too. Oh, and a bugle. I really like this row of armchairs. It looks very stately. Awesome yellow and blue. Now, another thing I keep an eye out for is brass candlesticks. I'm trying to start a collection of all shapes and sizes. These ones are quite ornate and they're actually pretty gorgeous. They're also 70 euros, so they'll be staying here. Love, love, love this old wooden workbench. It would be great as a console table in an entryway. Just too bad there's no room in our apartment for it. This box is full of old irons. They would be great as doorstops or bookends. They're quite rusty though. The vendor told me I could have the whole box for 20 euros, but it looks like it would take a lot of work to get them into shape. I don't know. Maybe I should have taken them. What do you think? Now, this is a great display box chock full of silverware. Some have initials, some have some really pretty ornate embellishments. Today's a really good day for paintings. I like the colors in this one of the game birds. It's got pretty colors, but the birds are making me a little sad. This is one of my favorite things, ironstone transferware plates. They're such pretty designs. This serving plate is beautiful, and you always have to look on the back for the manufacturer's stamp. This one is R.A. Salin's Guirlande. Oh, I got a little distracted by those big old iron keys. This one is Saint-Armand. That looks like a clock pendulum. Love this little table and chair, great for a kid's room. Maybe painted a nice light blue. Now here's my favorite kind of vendor. People will go to estate sales and literally buy up the entire contents of a house. They'll pile everything into boxes and let you have at it, maybe for like €1 or 2 a piece. You have to tuck in and search through, but you can find some really great deals. These leather-bound books are nice. They would look pretty on a shelf. And that's a really pretty tin box. This is one of the more formal covered shops, which I'll do in an upcoming video. But these plates were calling to me, so I had to go in. I absolutely love this one, such a delicate floral design. It's Royan Sarreguin, which is a traditional French ironstone manufacturer. They started in the 18th century. I love it when the pieces show signs of age. It gives it such character. These green wine bottles have porcelain tops. They need a pretty good cleanup. They look like they've been in someone's shed for years. Oh, look, once you've cleaned the bottles, you can hang them on this to dry. And there's even a grape press to continue with the wine theme. I mean, we are in France after all. Baskets are always on my list of favorite things. This one is gorgeous, perfect for storing blankets or toys or even your dog's leash and stuff. Keep everything tidy. Love these glass bottles. They're called demi-jaune, and I think they're for wine or cider. Oh, and a tuba. Some more bits and bobs, more paintings. It really is a day for paintings. What on earth are those? They look like mesh stocking frames. I had to ask the seller, and she told me they're leg casts for when you break a bone. Here's some more transferware. This is a cake stand. I actually quite liked it. It's JVB Louis XV. I looked that up, and it's Jules Veillard Bordeaux. It has a little chip in it, so I didn't get it, but now I think I'm regretting that a little. I come to markets on my own. My family isn't big on them. I brought my husband along once and pointed something out to him and asked him, "Hey, you know what that is?" He looked at me and he said, "Yeah, garbage." So, yeah, that was the end of that. But that's okay. You guys can come along with me instead. Here's a box of things for €5 a piece. These look like some really pretty plates. That one's nice. Love the color on the bottom one. Oh, but there's a big chip there. Shame. It was really pretty. Ooh, more candlesticks. All sorts of shapes and sizes. So now on to some of my favorite go-tos. Vintage French mustard pots. They're made of ironstone, and the traditional ones are from a company called L'Allier. I have a few of these at home. This stand is good. These old thick wooden chopping boards are always great, and I definitely pick them up if I see them and the price is reasonable. The top one had a lot of woodworm though, and the one underneath was expensive, so not today. And these are individual ironstone escargot pots for serving snails. What could be more French? They're great as little salt and pepper bowls, for spices. You could even use them as ring holders when you're cooking or doing the dishes. That's a cute little chair. I love this enamel coffee pot, such a pretty yellow for spring. I love the chippiness. Now these are cool. They're old football cleats, and behind them are boxing gloves. This is great if you need to decorate a sports bar. More baskets. These ones are gorgeous, all shapes and sizes. Picnic baskets, hampers, laundry baskets. Love this huge one here on the bottom. Too bad I don't have room for something this big at home. Look at these. They're baskets they use in bakeries to hold baguettes. They don't look that old though. These are more wine bottle holders. Once again, we are in France. In fact, we're just near the Beaujolais region, so there's a lot of winemaking going on nearby. Oh, I didn't see this while I was at the market. I wish I had. It's called a trug, which is a shallow wooden gardening basket. They're really nice to decorate with fresh flowers or kitchen linens. Now, this chair. I had to stop and do a double take. It's got 2 seats, and I couldn't figure out why. I was thinking maybe for your cat to curl up underneath you. Who knows? Well, a man was walking by and explained to me, actually, that it's a prayer chair. The top seat has a hinge and flips up backwards so that you can turn around and kneel on the lower seat and pray. Mystery solved. Love this old shelf. And look at those cool Remington typewriters. More paintings. Now I loved these. They're old ceramic tiles with the most gorgeous design. I'm totally regretting not getting them. They would have made great coasters once they're all cleaned up. These are old marbles. I love the ones made of clay. Now this stall was great. I found another trug, this one in a beautiful light blue. The seller told me that it was handmade in the 50s. There's an old paintbrush, a cutting board, and a school chalkboard. So cute. Love this footstool. You could use it as a plant stand. Maybe paint it white or a pretty blue like the trug. Now this is something you'll see in all markets on a Sunday. Flowers. People buy their bouquet du dimanche or their Sunday bouquet. Hey, look, another painting. Not sure if I love it. I have to love it if I'm going to buy it. I don't know. What do you think? Now this table was great. Take a look at those pots. The one in the front is a confit pot, which are quite popular and they can be pretty expensive. I also like the handles on the crocks in the back. I think those are butter molds. More escargot pots. These ones are actually in the shape of snails. And these pretty dark red enamel pots, they're gorgeous. Love these chessboards. So this stand had lots of my favorite things. These old leather suitcases, traditional soup bowls with lions' heads. Look, another pretty basket and some plates. I love this milking stool and another footrest. These are old farm sieves to sift grain, so cool. I thought this display of vintage enamel pictures was really pretty, with all the different shades of blue and white. This little table seems so quintessentially French to me. Looks like somebody had a nice coffee break here. And then I saw this most amazing, beautiful toy racing car. So adorable. So it's getting pretty late, so it's time to head home. People are starting to have their lunch in the restaurants and cafes. So I'm back home and I have quite a few things to show you. The chalkboard was too cute to leave behind, so it had to come home with me. It's even got the name of the kid who owned it on the back. I got the paintbrush. I'm hoping to get a few of them so I can make a nice collection. This is a pretty metal trivet. I think I'll actually give it a DIY makeover and paint it with some enamel paint. Remember the big old keys I got distracted by? Yeah, I couldn't leave them behind. These are really old wooden lace boards. The vendor explained how they worked. You put little dowels in them to block out your lace as you are making it, like this. It's super interesting to think of the beautiful pieces that have been made with this. Here's an ironstone pot for cheese making. I have a few of these and they're really farmhousey. This is an apothecary pot. It was probably used for storing chemicals or mixing lotions or ointments. Now these are really cool. This is a set of 6 little dogs made of metal. I think they're silver plated. They're actually knife rests for your table setting. How cute are those? And I found the same thing but in foxes. This one was a set of 12. And these little swans are place setting holders. One of my favorite things from the day, the blue trug. I cannot wait to get it cleaned up and put it in the kitchen. And the final piece that I picked up is this absolutely amazing carved wooden dish. It has a groove cut out of one of the handles. Done some digging to find out what it could have been used for, and it seems that it was for butter or cheese making, where the solids would lie on the flat part and you could drain the liquid off through the handle. The guess is that it is at least from the early 19th century, if not the 18th century. I am absolutely astounded that I found something as gorgeous and unique as this. It just goes to show you that there are real treasures to be found. So that's it for today's adventure. I hope you enjoyed coming with me on the tour around Lyon's flea market. I have so many more trips to take you on, so don't forget to follow my channel and ring the bell so you can join me next time. Thanks for coming along, and I'll see you soon.